beautiful fall day. The weather is cool, but the sun is out. So, Chester, get your coat. We're going to the pumpkin farm. Morrison Farm. And look at all the pumpkins. Look at these guys. They look like they've got a disease. Oh my God. Orange sunshine. Buttercup sweet orange flesh. The farmer was telling me this is the one that they use for pumpkin pie, so maybe I'll try one of these too. These are the sweet mamas. I think I'd like to get one of these to make my salad. That looks good. Look at these little honey bears. These little hand-sized, personal-sized acorns. Oh, gesture. These are cute. Oh, look at, and then they've got these elongated ones. It says these have a creamy interior.
I'm going to take this.
I'm going to try this too. Yeah. These are all the little decorative gourds. Adorable. Look, it's just like a sea of little tiny pumpkins. Look how cute these are. Butter babies.
Butter baby. I got one of
Look
those.
at their personal sized butternut. Just big enough to fit in your hand. My name is Susie, and today I thought I would share with you a really cool recipe, and this is for a raw pumpkin slaw or a raw pumpkin salad. And I came across this through some Turkish cuisine recipes, and I've adapted it, I've made it, I really liked it, so now I thought I would share it with you. So all we're going to need is pumpkin, and it is pumpkin season, and there's tons of pumpkins out there. So the pumpkins are part of the winter squash family, like butternut squash and acorn squash, spaghetti squash. And a general rule of thumb is to slice them, remove the seeds, and bake them at 350 degrees for about 45 minutes. Press on the skin and have a depression, you know that it's baked. But we're not doing any baking with our pumpkin today. We're going to be eating it raw, which I haven't done before, and I actually really like it. And this isn't so unusual. It's like coleslaw, where you're making a salad out of raw cabbage, or if you're using like a carrot, shredded carrot salad, it's kind of the same concept. Now I will say you can use any pumpkin that you want, and actually eating the raw pumpkin has so many fantastic vitamins. It's really a superfood. I've chosen actually the kabocha pumpkin to make my slaw. We're going to be making our salad, so we're using 1 cup of grated fresh pumpkin, and like I said, you can use any type of pumpkin, but I'm using one that is dense and sweet, even as in you could even be using some of these pumpkin pies. In 1 cup of pumpkin, there are 50 calories, but it's also packed with nutrients. Pumpkin has very high in beta carotene, which is an antioxidant that your body converts into vitamin A. And that is really important for good vision, for cell growth, for your skin, and also to boost your immune system. Now, 1 cup of the pumpkin has 1.8 grams of protein, 2.7 grams of fiber, and about 12 grams of carbs. So for a recipe, we're going to need 1 cup of grated pumpkin, and then we're going to need 1/2 cup of unsweetened shredded coconut, and we're going to toast this to really bring out the flavor. We're going to need about 1/2 a lime, about 1 inch of fresh ginger grated. We're going to need about 1 tablespoon of sesame seed oil. Oh, maple syrup. We're going to need about 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, chili peppers, and raisins are optional. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to grate our pumpkin, and you can see it's nice and dry. It's not watery, which is why I like it. And then we're going to take our 1/2 cup of coconut, and we're just going to toast it on a dry frying pan for about a minute or so, just until it browns. You will smell it once it's done. with a dry pan. We're gonna add half our cup. So it's only been a minute and you can see it's already starting to toast. And I'm just going to really brown that. It really goes quickly. You only need a minute or two. And that's how you want it. So 2 minutes. So here we have our toasted coconut. You can smell it as soon as it starts toasting. Coconut is going to give your salad a lot of flavor, but it also is dry. So it's going to help absorb any moisture that your pumpkin may have. And the only moisture you really want here is the moisture that you're going to get from adding your dressing. So then you just want to combine the toasted coconut with the grated pumpkin. You can see it keeps it nice and loose. Then in our cup, we're just going to add a tablespoon of sesame seed oil. We're going to add a tablespoon of maple syrup. We're going to add the zest of about 1 inch of ginger. So we're just going to grate our ginger right into the dressing. So I've got that ginger grated, and then we want about the juice of half a lime, or I guess that would equate to maybe a teaspoon of lime. So the juice of half a lime. And then I'm going to add, and this is optional, I'm going to add some chili peppers, give it a little bit of spice, maybe a quarter of a teaspoon. And you just want to mix that up. And you want the perfect combination of sweet and sour, so I am going to taste it before I pour it. It's a little bit sweet, so I'm just going to squeeze a little bit more of that lime. Now it'll take a little bit for the all the flavors to meld together, but you can get a general idea. So that's nice and sweet and sour, and you can adjust it, add a little bit more maple syrup if you want it sweeter, a little bit more lime if you want it a little bit more sour. And then you just want to take your dressing, and like I said, you don't want to add too much dressing because you don't want to make it mushy. So this seems to be like the perfect combination. So at this point you could add some raisins to your salad. I'm just going to add it to half because I'm going to try it with each one. This is really just enough for 2 or 4 people if you just want to use it as a small side dish, like the size of coleslaw. So let's taste it. Really good. It's a little bit different. It's got a little spice from the chili peppers, but I love the sweet and sour combination. And the coconut adds a lot. Let me taste it with the raisins. I like it with the raisins too. Just gives it a little extra sweetness. It would also be really good, I think, with little pieces of pineapple. So now that you've got your basis for your pumpkin slaw, you can add different spices and customize it to your taste. You can certainly add cilantro or parsley to it, add some nuts, all kinds of different combinations, cranberries. So I think this is a really nice new recipe, a different way of eating pumpkin and getting all those vitamins. So if you try this recipe and you like it, I hope that you share it. If you'd like to see more content, I hope you subscribe. Happy pumpkin season! Raw pumpkin, who knew?